Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to Factory Fun, the series in which you tell me which robots to try from the community factory, and I do so to the very best of my ability, giving my honest first impressions of the robot, and of course, rating it out of 5 in both style and combat. In today's episode, we have a very weird-looking flyer by the name of Hawk version 3. A very powerful and sturdy flying destroying machine. It can assault at long range with its missile launcher or act as a bomber. Its structure is a ribcage designed to reduce mass damage. So, by the looks of it, I have almost nothing to say. I don't think I have seen a flyer quite like this ever. Ever, at all, not once. It's bizarre, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a good design, an absolutely terrible design, or a genius design. I really haven't got a clue. So there's not much really else to be said. The only thing I will say is I have already accidentally bought this thing, and I have found out that the plasma are plasma devastators, and the mask at the front is actually the Sabertooth mask, which looks really, really creepy, I've got to say. It looks cool and weird, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's a bizarre concept, which I'm looking forward to seeing if it is really good. I'm hoping it's good. So let's get straight into a team deathmatch, no more waffling on about it, and see how the Hawk version 3 actually does. Also, why did it end up there, not in the front of the queue? That's kind of weird. Okay, back in a second with a team deathmatch, and then possibly an elimination. Into the team deathmatch we go. Now, I do want to make something very clear before we even start this fight. I am not good with missile launchers. I have very little experience with missile launchers, and honestly, I don't really know how to position myself overly well. Okay, well, first impression is very, very sluggish. That is quite difficult to control, actually. It seems to slide whichever way you're turning quite naturally, which will be a bit weird when it comes to actually controlling this bot. Okay, spotted him. Can we get a lock on? And the gift of the missile launcher is released upon the world. I think we hit the target. I'm not sure if that was us or them. And he is very out of position. Hopefully a couple of those will actually hit the target. Wow, this thing. Steering this thing as someone who plays a more traditional flyer is incredibly difficult. Swap over to the plasma for this. We need to hit him before he starts healing. There we go. Fear the wrath of the plasma devastator. Darn, that's a healer. Okay, swapping target. No, we won't because missile launcher and all that good stuff. Yet this thing is stalling constantly. Really difficult to handle. Haha! You don't need rotors! Well, it took damage. Wow, we are on 44% and still flying excellently well. So, credit there. Certainly. Yeah, all my missiles are just hitting myself there. I couldn't pitch upwards anymore. Was the problem. Okay, we just need to avoid that plasma for 6 seconds. Okay, holding down shift is... Oh, no, 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 don't hit the side! No, now the plasma splash will hit us. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, bit of revenge. Okay, it does take damage fairly well. There's the first positive so far. And back up we go. Although my zoom in is now stuck. Can I please zoom out? There we go. That's good, the rectify didn't actually rectify me twice! The rectify didn't rectify me. Well... Thank you. I mean, it took so long I was getting hit, but thanks for finally allowing me to get back upwards. This thing needs more thrust. That's the first thing I will say in terms of things which you can improve on. And I can't actually pitch upwards now. This is difficult. Come on, give me some pitch. Thank you. Come on, missiles, do your job. Actually hit the target. Thank you. Don't feel like I'm doing overly well so far. Maybe plasma would have been better there, honestly. A lot more damage per energy used. This, I think it is. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, we didn't really do much, but it was pretty cool, I have to say. Oh, that guy jumping in front caused us to lose our lock. There we are. Another kill. And we're going to ram into that fellow, who I've decided is now a nuisance. Oh, hello. Probably use plasma here as well. I think it's just because I do want some more practice using the lock-on missile launcher, to be honest, so I will be using that as much as possible. Second place, okay. We're not doing too badly now. There's one of the enemy flyers. Fear the wrath of the lock-on missile launchers. And his Tesla. Mostly his Tesla. Yeah, that was definitely the best idea there, using the plasma. Far more damage dealt. Oh, this thing's pitch is so sluggish. And we're hitting ourselves again. Okay, so we can only really fire the missile if it's underneath us or in front of us. Firing backwards causes it to hit our own body. Uh-oh, we were hit by the guy on the ground there, more so than the flyer. Well, at least got one return shot. Let's go for the lock-on just to be a bit trolly. Spot the enemy team as much as possible for our team, of course. Oh, almost destroyed him there. Our little Tesla friend, though, will get the kill. Which is all that really matters, honestly. Deaths to the enemy and all that. When a missile just hits a shield and there isn't even an explosion, it's just like, dink. I love that, because all I can think of is a missile hitting something and not detonating, just bouncing off. Spotted him. Let's get the lock for when he is not healing. Yeah, he's gonna hide. Fair enough. Didn't really want to waste all of our energy there, honestly. Ha! Take that, wall! Doubt. No point firing there, would have just hit the side. And a lovely bit of devastator damage there. Excellent. Oh, come on, I actually got a lock on and everything. Let me do some damage with the missile launcher, please. I need the experience. Flipping on purpose, though, is very cool. I feel like I was a bit too harsh at the start. I do have some complaints. I'm not going to say it's all well and good, but how the vertical rudder's been set up and such, the control is very odd. It's not even like a drone control, because that's what I was kind of expecting, but it's not like a regular flyer either. It's very slidey, to an extreme I've not really experienced before. I think if we use that to our advantage a bit more, it would be nice, but it does still feel like it's not the best of controls. Come on, a little bit more plasma damage. There we are. Almost getting first place. So obviously we didn't do too badly. So let's have a rundown of the pros and the cons of the robot, and what I would do differently. So here's our lovely diamond crate, giving us greens and a blue. Excellent. Bit of a mixture in there. A bit of colour to our lives. Okay, style, I'm going to give this thing a 4 because it looks absolutely bizarre and I absolutely adore that. Combat, I am going to leave at a 3, and let's explain why I feel like this. So, the first thing I would like to say is my major concern at the end isn't actually control. It isn't about the pitching, it isn't about anything that. It's that, depending on where the damage is taken, this thing can go down very quickly. The first time I was attacked, I was actually surprised and praising it, that, oh look, I'm on low health, I'm still flying like I did at the start. But then later on, I took a tiny bit of damage, and the entire thing stops. And I think the reason might be, because of all the wings and the rudders being so far back, and so much weight being at the front, if this, oh wow, okay, yeah, I can now definitely see the problem. This thruster is too weak, on its own, obviously. The same will be said for these three, most likely. This cluster here is all attached to the same block. Ooh, it does have a backward thruster. I will need to use that in Elimination, so maybe my maybe my thoughts will be a little bit better, since the backwards thrust and the floatiness of this robot may be okay, may be able to allow us to stay a little bit more stationary than I otherwise thought. But even so, a lot of the thrusters are in quite vulnerable positions, and that damage was clearly quite easy to do because it happened 3 or 4 times in the space of one match, in which the robot was fairly healthy, but I couldn't pitch upwards, causing me to just, oops, daisy, I'll have a look what I just deleted, causing me to simply drag across the ground rather than actually be able to fly, which is a massive problem. Also, that thruster is a little bit further back than it could be in terms of centre of mass, although saying that, the front section here is mostly just for show, which isn't much weight at all, so that's not really too bad. In terms of damage transfer, there is a definite method being used here. I'm not sure if it's a good one or not, though. Let's have a look. So, this gun will be destroyed, bang, which then transfers into the closest rod, which would be this one first, this one second, which goes up here and there and into the other gun. Okay, I can't quite see the method. I'm not going to say it's bad, because I can't quite understand it right now. That is the case when you're looking at a robot like this. Very quickly as a first impression, it can be very difficult to see where the robot was meant to be built in terms of damage mitigation, in terms of damage pathing, but I feel like certain areas could be a bit more protected. Okay, so enough waffling about the same things over and over again. I'm going to quickly look at the design in the shop, if it's now working. Oh, are you going to load? Yes, you are. And can I do this? That's the fellow's name, and there we are, Hawk 3. So what did I just delete? Oh, I deleted that, okay. I can see what I deleted. Yeah, I deleted Little Prism there. Still getting used to the hotkeys. Eventually I'll finally get it. No. Oh, was it one of these? It must be one of those. Okay then, I'll have another look just to see if that's actually the case, and then we'll be right back into an elimination battle for our final verdict. Here we go, into the elimination. This time, let's make sure to use our backwards thrusters, although I will say, I kind of wish they were forward thrusters at this stage. After testing the robot out a little bit more in the single player mode, just to get a feel for it, I still feel like it doesn't quite have enough thrust. Which is one of the reasons why it is so floaty. Okay, using the backwards thrust now. Yeah, I can see how that could be useful. Okay, that's definitely something we will have to try and use this battle. Perhaps it will sway my mind a little bit more to give it a better score. I would also like to say, I'm sorry for being harsh in the start, I do like the bot. It's not a bad bot, it just has a few things I would definitely like to see fixed. Darn it. Okay, we're going to back off. There's no point going this way if we're spotted. I wanted to kind of peek out of there, shoot our plasma, run away again. There's no point in trying to get that lock as well, since he was backing off. Oh, that's going to hurt if you don't move very, very soon, sir. Oh yeah, all of the missiles. Didn't really do all that much, apparently quite a sturdy bot, but still. Okay, we're still flying pretty well, despite quite a bit of damage taken, but even so. The one issue I do have with that is, how did I just take that much damage with so little attacks? Such few attacks. Not many attacks hit me. Oh, that guy's a flak. No, he doesn't. I'm not sure what he has. What do you have? You have a laggy laser. That's what you have. It's a laser, but you're lagging, so it's coming out in like really, really sharp bursts. There we go. Got the kill there. Although he's dead, no one apparently got the kill. There we go. Finally popping up. A lot of laggy flyers on the enemy team, it seems. Spotted him, at least I think I did the first time. No, I didn't, okay. Well, I failed spotted him. I tried to spot him, at least. I need to actually have a look to see if missiles are more damage per energy than plasma. Okay, one of their teammates is underground. That is something to speak about. Only one actually hit him there. At least I think one hit him. Not even sure about that, honestly. Damn, that guy's tanky. Yeah, our team has lost this one. I feel like I actually played better, though, in this battle than the last one, despite the fact we're losing. Come on, get down. There we go. There we go. We got the kill. Excellent. Let's duck and dive. At least until we're no longer spotted. Haven't really had a chance to use the backwards thrusters just yet, at least none which I have thought of. We do have the potential to do okay, but the problem is their team are still sticking together. Oh no, they're not. Okay, they were winning. Now they're certainly not. Now it's more of a close match. I'm not saying we're winning, just it's a closer fight now. Should have used plasma there, could have done a lot more damage. Okay, we're taking damage a lot better this time. Honestly, if this was my first fight, I would have had a completely different opinion of this robot. It's one of the reasons why I always say, when it comes to first impressions, always take it with a bit of a grain of salt, because I can only see how it does in very limited amounts of time, and we have definitely lost this fight. I was hoping perhaps I could do a little bit of damage to him, then duck away again. But no, completely tanky block spam laser user at the moment. Really, really powerful. That's a shame. We didn't do too badly either. But honestly, if that was our first battle, if that is how the first battle went, I would have happily gave the robot 4 stars. And like I say, that's also one of the reasons why I wish you could rate the bot later. I wish you could change your rating as well. I wish that now I could go back and perhaps consider giving this 4 stars. So, how I feel about this robot is, at this stage, understanding how it flies is a very important thing, but it's not an easy flyer to use, I will say that. It definitely could use more thrusters, regardless of what I've said in that last battle. I wish it wasn't using the carbon thrusters, making it so expensive. I feel like the missile launcher is weirdly placed there and can be difficult to use until you understand it once again. And how it takes damage is bizarre. Depending on where it's hit, it can be catastrophic or absolutely nothing. That's how it feels. It feels like it's a... Unlike other robots which I've flew, which seem to, as it takes damage, it normally, at 60%, it almost always acts like this. At 20%, it almost always acts like this. This flyer, at X percentage, does whatever the hell it wants. It really does, so I don't know where I stand on this robot. I feel like it needs a lot more than just the first impressions. I feel like it's a cool concept. I feel like I'm a lot happier with it now, and honestly, take it as you will. I like it, but it could be improved as well. I say it's somewhere between 3 and 4 for combat, leaning towards 4 at this stage if you can play it well. Also, I am annoyed with myself at the end of that last battle. If I just stayed away, I could have survived so easily. The whole point was I could do 1 plasma, just clip him, then hide again, so that way my healing happened before his healing, and thus I would win, but taking risks is silly. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video and would like to see your robot in a future episode of Factory Fun, then please, in the comments below, leave your robot name, your username, and what type of robot it is. This will include the movement types, the weapon types, and of course the CPU it uses. In addition to this, if you would like to see me play more Team Deathmatch or more Elimination, or ignoring one of those two, then please tell me that as well. Any additional information is of course welcomed. For instance, this robot only flies well if you do X thing, or this robot is good against X but bad against X. I would like to know these kind of things so I can give a more accurate kind of review. So thank you again for watching, and goodbye. Also, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you for watching, and goodbye again.